Hi everybody, welcome to Quarantine Choir. My name's Ben and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm absolutely blown away by all the support, by the messages, the emails, and of course the comments on these videos. Thank you very much for all of those. A special shout out to Nick from Thornbury. Thank you very much indeed for your message. Nick's just posted a comment on one of the videos just saying, if you're interested, the origins of the word quarantine, it's an Italian word, quaranta, and it refers to being in exile for 40 days. Well, let's hope it is just 40 days, but even if it's longer, I'm going to be here every day. We're going to have a lovely sing-song. And do you know what, folks? It's amazing to see how this idea seems to be taking off. When I launched the channel, obviously I had no subscribers. Friday I had 2. By Saturday we had 30. And as of this morning, I had over 80 subscribers. That's absolutely amazing. So thank you to those of you who have subscribed to the channel. If you haven't had a chance to, and I appreciate you might still be looking around, choosing a choir is a big commitment. But if you like what we do, then please consider making a YouTube account and just pressing that subscribe button. That means you'll be a member of the choir. As soon as I post videos, you'll get a notification saying that a new video is online. There'll be perks and little extras for subscribers as we go along. And the most important thing is, from my point of view, is if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, and I appreciate that may take a while, but then YouTube will pay a very small amount, a few pennies per video. That won't come from you, that'll come just from the number of people watching. And that'll just help us keep the lights on and keep these videos coming. So if you like what we do, please subscribe. Please tell everybody about this choir. It is literally for everybody. There are no restrictions, no age restrictions, non-denominational. You are all welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Now today, in a moment, we're going to start looking at a fantastic jazz song, again in D minor. I'm choosing a lot of songs in this key this week. It's just a really good song, a really good key to sing in. But first I want to talk to you about a little idea that we've had about performing together. Now, a few people have been in touch and just said, have you got any plans to perhaps put on Skype performances and so on? And yeah, I'd love to, but the issue is lag and delay on internet connections. Now, if there's anybody out there who's got expertise in this area, can give me a bit of advice perhaps on how to set that up, I'd be very grateful for your help on that. But I think in the meantime, how's this for an idea? And this isn't a new idea, people have done this before. At the end of this week, when we have 7 songs on the channel, so that'll be Thursday or so, I'll put up a poll, and I'd like you, if you wouldn't mind, please, to vote on your favourite song of the week. And what I'll do is I'll then turn that into a backing track, which you can download. I'll put the link underneath the video, and at that point, I'll ask you to put your headphones on, listen to the track, and I'll explain this all when the time comes. So don't worry about getting a pen and writing all this down now. I'll do a special video on how to do this. But you listen to the backing track on headphones and you record yourself using your phone, your tablet, or your computer, or cine camera, whatever you want, and then you send me the digital file. I'll spend a few days stitching it all together, and then what we'll end up with is a mosaic video of everybody who sent their videos in, and it'll be our first quarantine choir performance, and almost certainly not our last. If you like that idea, why not let me know in the comments. If you've got any other ideas as to things we can do, I'd love to hear from you. So we're going to get warmed up in a moment, and then, as I say, we're going to learn this fantastic jazz song. And again, slightly different today, as we have so many members. We have some, I think with 80 plus members, we have some very clearly defined sections now. We should have a bass section, a tenor section, and for today we'll have the sopranos and altos together. So I'm going to put on some content specifically for basses, for tenors, for sops and altos. And if you want to skip through, you're entirely welcome to. I'll be saying some things for each of those sections that's just for them. So you might just want to skip forward. If you do end up watching the whole video, don't tell anybody, okay? Thanks very much indeed. Let's get warmed up. Right, so everybody, it's time to get warmed up. Could I invite everybody, please, to be upstanding? Now, if you are not able to join us in standing today, that is, of course, absolutely fine. But please remember, if you can, if possible, to give yourself a straight back and a long neck. Now, those of us who are standing, can I invite you, please, to stand with your feet shoulders width apart. Okay, make your knees nice and soft so you have a little bit of give in your knees, so if the music pushes you around, you can move with it. Give yourself that straight back that I was saying, but don't make it ramrod straight. We're not trying to stand to attention. It is just straightening out the windpipe, making sure you have that column of air that I was talking about yesterday. Make your neck nice and long. Ideally have your chin at 90 degrees to the rest of your body. And then what I ask all my choristers to do is just to look straight ahead and then just let your eyes drift out of focus and start to take some nice deep breaths in and out, and in and out, and in and out. And just breathe normally for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Some really nice breathing going on out there. I'm just going to talk to those of you for whom singing breathing is still a new concept. I know many of you are experienced singers, and so you can just enjoy this smug feeling of superiority to everybody else while they're still learning this skill. So we'll just take a moment to just talk about the way that a lot of people tend to breathe, and I'll be talking about this quite a lot as we go forwards, ladies and gents. If you ask most people to take a deep breath and they're really thinking about it, they go and then you ask them to breathe it out. And you end up with this situation. It's a little bit like squeezing a balloon, you know, a party balloon. And what happens is people pull their tummies in as they breathe in, which is really bizarre. And you end up forcing all the air into the top part of your lungs, which is why the chest and the shoulders rise up. And you can hear in my voice, there's a huge amount of tension as I hold all that air in some very unnatural position. I'm going to let it go now. Gosh, that was hard work. So I'm just going to roll my shoulders around my neck and just make sure this is all nice and relaxed, because I need this area to be just beautifully relaxed. There to be no movement at all in my chest and shoulders as I breathe. Everything comes from the diaphragm here. Now, of course, nobody wants to stick their belly out, but you know, you're indoors. We're at a choir rehearsal. Let's just all stick our bellies out as we breathe, all right? So we're going to make our mouths nice and tall. Relax your chest and your shoulders, and we're just going to breathe from here. Ready? And we breathe out. And as we breathe out, it's really important that we use our muscles to pull our tummies in. So that will create that tension really in your abdomen, so that as you relax and breathe, the air just pushes your tummy out and you are full of air. That's a fantastic start, folks. Well done. Some really good breathing there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to warm up our voices, and we're going to do a little bit of call and response. So just making sure we take nice deep breaths. Breathe whenever you like during this exercise. This is just about getting a bit of heat into our tyres, as it were, getting a bit of sound in the throat. So we start off by taking a lovely deep breath and humming together. Off we go. And lovely, and humming again. And lovely. Ooh, and after me. Ma, ma, ma. Your turn. My turn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My turn. Wee, wee, wee. One more, my turn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your turn. Very good, everybody. Thanks very much indeed. Just one more quick little exercise, because this song is kind of a nice bouncy, lively jazz number with lots of fairly fast scat singing. We're going to be singing badoo 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 wah kind of stuff. So let's do a little bit of a very simple little warm up. Okay, I'll sing. If you can sing back to me, we'll do a bit of call and response. My turn. Ba 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 ba. Your turn. My turn. Ba 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 ba. Your turn. Very good. My turn. Ba 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 ba. Your turn. My turn. Ba 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 ba. Your turn. Ba 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 ba. My turn. Ba 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 ba. That's a bass one. Tenors. Ba 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 ba. Off you go. Very nice. Altos. Ba 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 ba. Your turn. Very nice. Sopranos. Ba 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 da da. Your turn. Choose your own one. Fantastic job. Really enjoyed that. Thank you. So now we're going to launch into the song proper. And at this point, as I said at the start, we have so many members on the channel. I need to now put on some special content for each of the sections. So basses, I need you to stay where you are. Tenors, altos, sopranos, I need you to just go off for a couple of minutes. So I'm going to have a cup of tea, maybe look out the window. It's a nice day today where I am, and come back in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to say some things for each of the sections, okay, and it's specifically for them. Now, if you do decide to stay and watch the whole thing, just don't tell anybody what you see, okay? Because this is specifically for those sections. So, tenors, altos, sopranos, off you go. We'll call you back in just a minute. Basses, stay where you are, okay? Where have you gone? Right. Hi, basses. How are we doing? Yeah? Great stuff. Now, you and I know we're the most important section in the choir, okay? Because the basses, we're the foundation of all of the sound that the choir make, and we've got to be big and strong. And this piece, it's got a really powerful bass line, okay? It's a really strong and really kind of muscular sound. So you sing bam, bam, bam. You need that sort of that strength and power. So it always helps me when I sing something like that to call to mind a character. And the character I want you to have when you sing this is that of a fearsome warrior. And I think I have something around here which might help. Back in a sec. Yeah, this is happening. This is happening, basses, okay? This is to inspire you to give me your very best warrior sound. I'm going to tuck the ear in, give the full effect. All right, last thing you want is wonky horns. Now then, so basses, your line goes bam, 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 do-a-dam. That's the first phrase. Sing that with me. 2, 3, 4. Bam, 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 do-a-dam. Not bad basses, but come on. Let's get a bit of warrior spirit together. 2, 3, 4. Bam, 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 do-a-dam. Fantastic. Then it goes. A-do-do-up-ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-ah. Now, appreciate that's a bit trickier, so let's listen to it. A-do-do-up-ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-ah. A-do-do-up-ba-do-ba-do-ba-do. One more. A-do-do-up-ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-ah. And notice when I'm coming down on that ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-ah, I'm being quite deliberate with my mouth shape, ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-ah. That's to get that really nice sort of jazzy sound, okay? So from the beginning with me, 2, 3, 4. Bam, 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 do-ah-dam. A-do-do-ah-ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-ah. Fantastic. The next part is pretty much the same as the start. So we finished the do-do-ah-ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-ah. Bam, bam, ba-dam, ba-do-ba-do-ah-do. So the end, one more time. Bam, bam, ba-dam, ba-do-ba-do-ah-do. So the whole thing. Bam, 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 do-ah-dam. A-do-do-ah-ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-ah. Ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-ah, bam, bam, ba-dam, ba-do-ba-do-ba-do. One more time. Ba-do-ba-dam, bam, bam, ba-do-ba-dam. A-do-do-ah, ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-ah, bam, bam, ba-dam, ba-do-ba-do-ba-do. Very nice basses, fantastic. Now what I need you to do, don't tell the tenors, altos or sopranos what we did, okay? Can you go and have a cup of tea or something stronger if it takes your fancy? Can you ask the tenors to come in next, all right? Thanks, basses. See you later. Hi, tenors. How are you? Good to see you. Okay, can I just double check we don't have any basses in the room? Sopranos, altos, just the tenors. Fantastic. Well, tenors, you and I know that you're the most important section in the choir. All right, you're the jam that holds the cake together. You get these really tasty lines, and do you know what? The line you've got today, it's a fantastic part. The basses are there just sort of thumping around at the bottom as usual, and you come in the middle of the texture, and you're like the brass section in a jazz group, and you've got this really cool line. So I know, I need something to make me feel cool. What have I got down here? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I think I'll have a bit of a leather jacket going on for you. Okay, so your line, what do you think? Cool? My children are just cringing. Dad, don't. Well, I'm doing it. It's happening. So tenors, your line goes ba ba da da doop doo ah, doop doop doo ah, ba doo ba doo ba doo ah, ba da 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 doop doo doo ah. I appreciate that might sound a little bit tricky, but once we break it down into phrases, it'll take a couple of minutes to learn, and then it's going to be locked in your head for days. So yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so your line goes after 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Ba da 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 doop doo ah. Try that one again with me, and ba da 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 doop doo ah again. Ba da 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 doop doo ah. One more time. Ba da 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 doop doo ah. Yeah, that was a good one, wasn't it? Make sure when you sing that da da da, you make those notes nice and heavy, okay? This is a jazz kind of sound, so ba da 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 doop doo ah. Okay? Then the bit that I absolutely love for the tenors, doop doop doo ah, ba doo ba doo ba doo ah. One more time, doop doop doo ah, ba doo ba doo ba doo ah, ba doo ba doo ba doo ah, ba doo ba doo ba doo. One more time, ba doo ba doo ba doo. So the line from the beginning tenors is ba da 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 doop doo ah, doop doop doo ah, ba doo ba doo ba doo ah. Fantastic. The third line is pretty much the same as the start, except has a little added note for you. So it goes ba da 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 doop doo doo ah. And you might have noticed on that second do, there was a bit of shake going on. All right, I want you to give me a nice brass trill. Ba da 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 doop doop do ah. Should we do that together? 2, 3, 4. Ba da 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 doop doop do ah. Whole line. Ba da 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 doop do ah. Ba doo ba doo ba, ba da 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 doop doo doo ah. One more time. Ba da 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 doop doo ah, doop doop doo ah, ba doo ba doo ba doo ah, ba da 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 doop doo doo ah. Fantastic tenors. Okay, lock that away. Can you go and have a cup of tea? Can you send the ladies in, please? We need the sopranos. We need the altos. Great job, tenors. Thanks very much. Don't tell them about the jacket, all right? See you in a minute. Hello, sopranos. Hello, altos. How are we? Yeah? All right. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, thank you, sopranos. Thank you, altos. Lovely to see you. Did you have a nice cup of tea? Fantastic. Now then, I've got a lovely line for you, and you and I know the sopranos and the altos are the most important part of the choir. You have the tune, and if you're an alto, you get these wonderful harmonies that always support the melody. Well, today I'm going to ask you to sing together, okay? Because the line here is very much in the powerful zone for both the altos and the sopranos, okay? And it's a really cool line. If you were instruments, the basses are there at the bottom of the sound, the tubas sound. The tenors are in the middle. You were at the top, okay? You have this lovely, lovely line, which, if you're an instrument, you'd be the clarinet. Okay, so call to mind that sort of 1930s clarinet sound, the opening bars of Rhapsody in Blue, for example. And so you need to be really cool and really chilled out for this. So I've got a little something here. Got a nice pair of ladies' sunglasses. So if you've got your sunglasses, ladies, you might want to pop them on, okay? Because your line is really, really nice. Okay, your line goes like this. Such a nice line. Let's break that down into the individual bits, okay? So after one, we'll slow it down. 2, 3, 4. With me. time. Then 3, 4. Now when you end up on that note there, and any time in the choir when you sing a note on its own for more than a beat or two, you've got to decide what you're going to do with it. And are you just going to sit on it? At which point I always say to my choristers, if you just sit on the note for 4 beats, you sound like a busted fridge. So do something with it. And what I'm going to ask you to do is, just as a jazz musician would do, is to get louder through that note. If you've got a nice vibrato, let's have a bit of that towards the end. So it might be... Now give me a nice sound there, grow through it. And then, here's where the real fire lies. Okay, I'll play that slowly. Again, and one more time. And again, and one more time. So your entire line, ladies, starting there, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Absolutely fantastic, ladies. Well done. Well, look, take your sunglasses off. Can you invite the tenors and basses back in? And what we'll do is we'll have a little sing all together.
Bam, 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 a doo a dam, a doop doo a ba doo ba doo ba doo a, bam, bam, ba dam ba doo doo a, ba doo ba bam, 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 doo a dam, a doop doo a ba doo ba doo ba doo a, ba da da bam, doo ba dam ba doo doo a. Ba doo ba bam, ba da da doo ba doo a dam, a doop doo a ba doo ba doo a, ba da da bam, doo ba doo ba doo a, ba doo ba bam, ba da da doo ba doo a dam, a doop doo a ba doo ba doo a, ba da da doo.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us today. I hope you've had fun with today's song. I think this is the most fun I've had on the channel so far, although I'm not sure you could have told that by looking at me. If you like what we do on this channel, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. As I said, it really helps. I'll be back tomorrow with a really beautiful song called Building Bridges, which is exactly what we should be doing at this time. So until tomorrow, please be well, and I'll see you soon.